Round two, puke and rally. Here we go. Woo!
Because we did eat at Docking Bay 7. I would like to do a review on that on the website, but I can just tell you it's trash. Just like all Hollywood Studios food. Dumpster juice.
Well, I know. Can you do Main Street? Maybe if there's a parade. Sorry,
Yes,
You know what? Steve prepared the bleep. There, I said.
Oh, man. Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of our Not Club 33 podcast. Unofficial title, experimental podcast of today. I don't know if we're keeping that, but that's what's going on. I'm Steve Rhodes, joined by Pat Neistat.
What's up?
Bobby Burchins.
Go Braves!
And Becky Wells.
Cheers.
Well, you better hope by the time this airs, Bobby, that the Braves are still the thing in the playoffs.
If I may, they absolutely will be, for one thing. First of all, the team name is Brave, which connotes someone who, is strong-willed, if you will. However, the name Dodger connotes a coward, is what they are. So they're always going, oh, God, oh, God. No, that's,
So clever.
There's your Dodgers for you. So, go Braves. I look forward to taking on Tampa Bay.
Why'd you let him rant at the beginning? This is...
The Braves did used to work out at Worldwide of Sports at Disney, so we'll say that's part of the.
It's totally Disney.
That's on
nice
top.
Tie-in.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that didn't know, we have a new DVC owner among us. It's Mrs. Becky Wells.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about? You got an article on the site that's forthcoming. It may be posted by now, but it's a recent article. If it's not posted, it'll be up soon. About your decision to buy into the old Disney Vacation Club. Want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so I own a timeshare. My name is Becky. I don't know how these work. But
That sounds like the most basic white girl thing that you can do.
Well,
my name is Becky, and I own a timeshare.
Ooh, that's rough. Maybe you don't need to rent any of my points there, Bobby. So Josh and I decided, after years of thought and research on my part, it made way more sense. But the main underlying thing, it is a timeshare. We are not under an illusion here. We are buying points to use the points to stay at resorts we would never otherwise stay at. But we are staying in 2-bedroom villas with full kitchens and laundry rooms and multiple bathrooms, and not having to have a divider door and 2 small suites of Pop Century anymore, which we were fine with. But this will save us a lot of time when we're there, and we can relax a little more. I guess dollars to donuts, it's going to save us money the way we vacation with the way we've set it up. Does it save you money? Not always. But if you like staying at deluxe or even moderate resorts, it is a way to prepay your vacation for the resort portion. That is the best way I can explain it. We have prepaid for the next 40 plus years, if that's how we want to look at it, for our accommodations at Disney World or other places. So
minus the maintenance fees.
Yes, but in our specific case, I've got that worked out where I'm not really the one that's footing the bill for that if I move things around right. But I
can tell you
Disney gift cards from Target, like using my red card and getting the gift cards. So I'm at least saving 5% on my maintenance fees. But our plan is we rent points out when the years that we're not going as a family and use that money to pay the maintenance fees. So
yeah,
it's a lot of numbers. It took a lot of time. I've done way too much research, more than I probably did for my bachelor's degree.
Read the article.
I don't even remember my bachelor's degree. I got one.
Right?
Somehow.
But yeah, so I haven't used it yet, and I hope to do so soon. By the time this is posted, I better be in Florida.
Well, I edit quick, Becky. I don't know about that.
And hey, Becky, where's your home resort?
Our home resort is Animal Kingdom Villas Kidani, actually. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
we figured that one, if we needed to sell it at some point, in my head and in Josh's passive mind on this whole setup, was like, that can be its own kind of vacation, sort of. It's sort of its own destination without necessarily dealing with the parks. You can, somebody wants to go somewhere and see something maybe they don't see every day. That on its own, maybe more so than the other 13 or 15 or whatever locations, can be at Disney World its own place. That's kind of how we looked at it in terms of choosing that, plus the, number of points it costs per night to stay, so our money goes a little further, and all of our mathematical things. But that was, I never even stayed there, but we're going to at some point.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I think it's important to really point out for me, once on a serious note, you're basically going into this like an Airbnb situation is now, where you're going into like an apartment, basically, that's fully furnished, that has everything that you might need, dishes, drinkware, all that kind of stuff. Not food unless you have it delivered. But you're basically getting a full blown apartment with a hot tub in it. And separate showers, to Becky's point. The 2-bedroom setup has been great in the past for my family. Amanda and I stayed at Old Key West in a 1-bedroom over our engagement trip. Yeah, it's huge, and it was bigger than our actual apartment at the time. We were super jealous of the lifestyle that we were living. So it's honestly, for your type of vacation, if you are the Disney nut job that wants to go there all the time, or to Becky's point, someplace like Animal Kingdom Lodge, or for me, someplace like Beach Club, where the pool is kind of an attraction in and of itself. The same thing can be said about Boardwalk. And I mean, obviously, we haven't checked out the Riviera.
I'll stay at almost any of them. So
except for the Polynesian. That one I won't go to.
There it goes again.
But to teach their own, and in and of itself, they really are like just a very comfortable place to relax for any sort of vacation. So parks or no parks, it really is worth it.
I love renting the points and staying at the DVC places. If I ever did buy a timeshare, it would only be at Disney. I've actually told that to other timeshare. I've been in Vegas and done the whole timeshare thing to get the cheap nights on the Strip. And I told the guy, look, if I was going to be, crazy enough to buy a timeshare, it would be at Disney. And that's the only way I'd possibly do it. Sorry, bye. Well, congratulations on that, Becky. We're excited to see some.
It's been like a year. We've owned it for like a year, and I'm excited to use it.
Finally, use it here in these in this upcoming week. Awesome. We'll get on to our main discussion topic of the night. Bobby also has an upcoming trip to Walt Disney World, and
which I'm stealing points from Becky.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
In which I'm stealing points from Becky to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Very good. So you, in our group text message earlier throughout the week, you had several questions about what it's like and what to expect, from the reservation system to the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance, et cetera, et cetera. I'll just let you kind of jump in and pose questions to the group, and we'll get in it.
All right. First off, how quickly do you need to put in for those parks on a daily basis? Like, can you buy a ticket and then like just morning of decide, you know what, screw it, I'm going to Magic Kingdom this morning? Or do you really have to plan that far ahead with it?
I mean, it's possible you could get lucky, but
it just depends if there's availability.
That calendar, which maybe Steve wants to link to, that's like a live updating thing. For sure, Yeah, for sure. Like, check that calendar. It has changed so many times. There's 3 sections though. There's ticket holders, people who are staying off site. There's Disney resort guests, and there's annual pass holders. And those 3 calendars are all for the same thing, but they are going to more than likely show different availability.
Okay.
There's some days there's like a couple days that are like completely grayed out, like they're at capacity. And I was reading this week that they announced that they are staying at 25% capacity. They will not go over that because it was explained with the 6-foot social distancing recommendation from CDC, that puts them about 25%. If they were to go higher, they can't make that happen. So the announcement was like, as long as that stays in place, that's the max capacity. I mean, each park has its own number that reaches 25% of its total because they all can hold different people. But like, I think that people keep saying, they've added capacity. I just think more people are going.
Yeah, I'd say that when I was there in August, that it was maybe 10% of capacity that was there. So it just was empty. But now that the park is, full at 25%, it just looks full, especially when people are taking pictures of that stuff.
Cool.
There's half of those pictures are of Hollywood Studios where everybody's going because the 2 newest rides on property are there, and also Hollywood Studios is tiny, and it's just a bottleneck. So the pictures are going to show. It's silly, but people got to make their headlines on Disney Twitter. We won't mention any names. You guys know what website it is. They're always breaking headlines and breaking news. Bunch of damn idiots over there. Bunch of damn idiots.
Yeah, so Bobby, to your question, I think it is important to be knowledgeable of the trend of everything. Weekends, Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are getting tricky. During the week, you may get lucky, but if you're a week out, Hollywood Studios, you're probably not going. If you...
Oh, Amanda's already booked that stuff. I'm talking about like if I wanted to, we have a 2-day ticket. I thought we had a 3-day ticket. So we're gonna go down Thursday, and that's the start of our reservation. But let's say I get there at 1:00 in the afternoon because I get up early and make the drive pretty quick. Does all of a sudden that mean I can't get into a park because of capacity issues if we were there early enough? Because I kind of feel like I'll be wasting a day at that point.
I mean, if you can look and see if you can make a park pass. You could do the day of. It just has to be available.
But then you'd be losing a full day.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going to get a...
Well, no, I would add a 3rd day at that point. But,
okay.
Because it's what, like $30 or something like that? Or do they have to do it each individual day? I don't remember how.
No, just whatever you paid for that ticket, they just will charge you the prorated or whatever, the $45 or $50 or whatever
to upgrade,
it is.
They just do the difference in there.
And to me, like $50 is totally worth a half a day at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, my guess is there'll probably be something available.
Yeah. I think Epcot has had a little bit busier on like the weekends with food and wine because there's some booths that are only open on the weekends.
I can't wait to test all those out.
Right. And but then like the rest of the week, everybody's saying it's totally empty. And Animal Kingdom, if you enjoy Animal Kingdom, I don't think that's been X'd out on any of the calendars at all. Okay. It's also
so
big.
Gigantic.
It's just so big, yeah.
So Steve brought it up earlier with Hollywood Studios being the park du jour because of the 2 newest rides. The newest ride being Rise of the Resistance, which if you haven't seen his video on that, him yelling "oh shit" in the middle of it is just it's fantastic. Is it?
Yeah, I believe it's YouTube, so I don't care about like this, but like if you say enough bad words, you will get demonetized. So this is a podcast, whatever, we'll let it fly. But I try I try to keep it family friendly on like the park videos. This is like this is different. This is a podcast.
But like actual in the park, you're like, nah, screw it. I'm just gonna yell shit in the middle of the park. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yes.
Indeed.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also,
it was an oh shit moment. It was an oh shit moment.
how the tables have turned, because like last year it was like Hollywood Studios Half Day Park, and now it's like the hottest ticket, and
it's still a half-day park, but like
it just takes long enough to get through everything.
It's a 2/3 day park.
And you guys have never mentioned the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, also new.
There may be a reason for that. I don't know.
Yeah, the newest ride is actually Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. There's also a video for that on our YouTube here. And
did you curse on that one?
What'd you say?
Did you curse on that one?
Afterwards, yes.
Afterwards,
mentally the whole time.
Yeah. Afterwards, I did. I was very. It left a lot to be desired. I mean, I'd ride it again, but yeah.
So
I specifically am not watching that video because I'm trying to go into that one with an open mind. Couldn't give less of a damn about Star Wars. I'm wearing a Star Trek shirt to the Star Wars land just to troll all these people. I'm really hoping that I get the one serious Star Wars fan that's like, that's not part of Star Wars. No, get out of here.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to point that out.
I hope it's a caster.
Kind of tying that in.
I absolutely hope so.
Tying that into Star Wars and the half-day park thing. One question that you had posed to us, Bobby, in our group text message was about the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. Yeah. And one of the reasons why Hollywood Studios is now a full-day park is because there's only 2 times that you can ride that ride. You either get in at the 9 a.m. boarding call or at the 2 p.m. boarding call.
10.
Yeah, 10, that's right. But the 10 a.m. boarding call opens up at exactly at 10. And then if you don't get in on the My Disney Experience app at 10 on the dot, you have to wait around until 2 o'clock and try again. And then at 2, if you don't get in, you'll see everybody's face that didn't make the 2 o'clock reservation. They leave the park, and then the park clears out. So it completely changes. It's a open to 2 p.m. park is what it is what I'd say. It's not a full day. It's just the whole Rise of Resistance.
Okay.
What's that?
2/3 day park then.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. But if you get in on the first boarding group for Rise of the Resistance, you probably get off the ride, go hit up Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster and leave. I mean,
so all right, how long is this experience? Because like your video was fairly long, much longer than I thought it was going to be. But it seemed like there was a lot to do, like in between your shots of it being broken down, basically.
Well, yeah. We probably stalled for somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour, so that wasn't included in the normal, the whole waiting time. But I would say the queuing and the second queue feature where like you're being in prison or whatever. Yeah. The middle show is what I would call it. If you just went through that whole experience, you're looking 40 minutes.
Okay, so it's a 40-minute attraction, basically.
Well, I'd say 15 of that is attraction, and then the rest of it is. I mean, it's still an attraction because the queues are phenomenal. I guess they're phenomenal. You guys know I've never seen the movies, but I was in there and I was engulfed in Star Wars paraphernalia and just being on this other planet or whatever, and then. Spoiler alert, Becky, close your ears. I know you don't know. But your ship gets captured or whatever, and then there's another queue, so you get queued to get on it. Your escape pod, basically, and then the second queue is it's supposed to go pretty flawless. You're supposed to be getting processed. I keep doing the air quotes. I'm going to put a counter up for how many times I did this in this video. But you're getting processed or whatever, and that's like another queue. But during the whole time you're being processed, they're like talking trash to you and whatnot and saying you're a prisoner and all this other stuff. So is it a queue? Yes. Oh, good grief. Is it a queue? Yes, but it's also part of the experience. So
okay.
Have you guys? Have any of you been on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run? Have you been?
Yes.
No. So did you like that queue? Like, is it comparable? Because I've been on that, but.
So I was actually just going through the footage of it the other day to see if I can make a, Millennium Falcon video for this here YouTube page. But I couldn't film the ride just because you have to.
No, yeah, you can. That's
buttons
not
and function.
Yeah.
So it would just be a big
time.
video of the queue, which we might use for B-roll or something like right now. Overlay this video. It's an awesome queue. But honestly, for the most part, I was just filming and just trying to get as much as I could. And I wasn't really experiencing it. Not that I would know what I was seeing anyway. But it seemed to be really well done.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that was it was impressive at Disneyland. I know that they're virtually identical between the two coast parks. So yeah,
I'll get footage.
So the buttons work in the ride? Do the buttons work?
Oh yeah, no, you have to. Like, it's not like Bobby's favorite ride, Mission Space, where you just stand. It's the same mission.
It's like people get mad if you don't perform your duties the right way.
So my daughter is 6, and my little cousin TJ is 12, and they were captaining our ship, so they were the 2 drivers.
Oh, what the hell?
TJ had a better idea of how to kind of steer. But Bella, my daughter, was in charge of, the up and the down, and she couldn't figure out that up was down and down was up on the lever. So we just kept getting flown into the ground, and they tell you at the end, you crashed the ship, you're an idiot. Suck. Like, they didn't call you an idiot, but like good job, right? Like, yeah, like it's
they'll
legit.
Be like, you totally failed, and you killed everyone.
The buttons
we got shot at, and it was shaking us, and I was in charge of firing the missiles, so I'm just tapping the button and trying to blast these things, but we're not aimed at them, right? Because we keep pointing down. So it's legit, yeah.
That's cool.
So do you get to go up into the little gunner positions on that one or no? Because that would be fun.
There's 3 different spots. Cool. There's 3 different the areas where you can sit. Yeah.
Engineers in the back, the gunners, and then the gunners in front. Yeah.
No one wants to be the engineers. No.
I don't remember what they were doing.
My
wife. Exactly. Not doing anything cool. I'm sure of that.
I probably should have taken that role so I could have filmed. But I have no idea what they were supposed to be doing.
Probably using duct tape.
Hey, that's engineering.
Yeah. It's space
okay,
ball.
so how much time realistically should I be allocating to the dorkiness that is Star Wars during that day? Because we got those 2 new attractions, and we got the old one with Star Tours or whatever.
That's not in there.
Yeah. It's not in
there. I know, but still, you're still gonna go. I mean, very least
you can walk on the Star Tours. Like
allocate as much time as you want, or stay out and let other people go.
Galaxy's Edge. Without riding, I probably spent, because we did eat at Docking Bay 7. I would like to do a review on that on the website, but I can just tell you it's trash. Just like all Hollywood Studios food, dumpster juice. You have to have a mobile. And then that's another thing about, and this goes for any park right now at Disney. Yeah. You gotta have a mobile order in if you're going to do quick service. They basically look at you crazy if you walk up there without a mobile order already placed. They'll be like, "What are you doing here?" Like, so you need to have a mobile order.
I think people are getting like straight turned out on restaurants. You cannot come in here unless your order's ready.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of dining, what's the table service situation like? Is there even table service? Because I tried to book reservations and there was none anywhere that I looked.
Yeah. So you'll have to pick your spots. We had a reservation at Hollywood Brown Derby in Hollywood Studios, but we were all tired at the end of the day, so we canceled it. So you can get them. We actually had the manager change our time. He was super accommodating about it and everything. So it is possible to probably get a same day reservation, but I would say when you got to the park that you're
I tried.
You would need to go to that restaurant.
There's some
Well,
that they have they have wait times on the app. Like it shows up under wait times the same as an attraction. It'll be like so if they have space, like you can do that at the resort table services or at the parks. Like Kona has it, Kona Cafe and like Sanaa. But actually, a few of them have already started too. This is like in the last week or so. The table services have a to-go, specifically a to-go order. Like I'm planning to get like bread service from Sanaa, like to go. Just go get that and then go drink in my room with my bread. Like, and so there's like you don't have to have the sit down. And Kona Cafe has that too. I think I don't know if that one's up yet. In the Wave, there's a few that have the to go option without trying to get that seat inside, but you can still get that food. And I mean, you're gonna probably wait a bit, but they do have walk up. They do have same day. Lots of people are dropping things a lot. It's almost more fluid than before. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I would honestly, if you can't get a reservation right now, I would honestly just when you get to the park in the morning, go to if all the rides you're trying to get on have long waits, just go straight to the restaurant. It's somebody's there. Talk to the manager. Say, when can you get me in? And they will accommodate. That's kind of what happened to us at Brown Derby because the original time we had wasn't available. So they basically just moved us to an even more busy time right at dinner, and they were able to do that for us. And then we went back and had to cancel it, but to open it up for somebody else. But yeah, it totally works. We could have ate there. We ate at Jungle Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom. I was able to book that online.
Yeah, that one's been pretty open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same day it was not. So
yeah.
I would just say talk to a manager. That's probably your best bet at this point.
Well, then that's going to kind of come up with a question for us all to answer here probably the next time we sit down and record. So I'll certainly think of it. Everybody went in 2019. What's your experience in 2020 versus 2019? Is it just like it was before, but with the mask now? Is it,
I don't think so, buddy.
I don't think so either, but I'd like to hope that it could be, especially the way that I do it. Because I definitely don't have kids. So I try to be as open-ended as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I try to not do the whole reservation thing. And obviously now everything is reservation based, but I can't get dining reservations ahead of time. That harkens back to the 1990s when they had the Welcome Center in Ocala to a degree. So and that old radio station. And that's an episode in and of itself.
Oh man.
That I cannot wait until we do an episode about that thing.
The nostalgia episode. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I think it's definitely gonna be a different turn. I'm excited to hear like Pat's take on it because I think that everybody's family vacations differently. Obviously with the 7,000 children that we have, it's a different situation. Like when I go either by myself or Moms of 5 Kids Club, like it's so different between the two trips. But this trip in like when my family goes in December, it's going to be even more different because our plan is like, this is our first time staying in our timeshare as a family. And so we're planning to like have park tickets, but I'm so excited to be like, that's cool. If you guys are like done, let's just leave and go hang out. Like we have enough space that we don't have to do a damn thing. We can swim, we can sit. I do not care. I'm looking at it as a total cost of the whole vacation, not like we spent, we have tickets for 4 or 5 days. Like, I'm not trying to piece it out. I'm trying to be like, it's already paid for. Just do what we're going to do. And it's going to be a lot less stress because I'm not going to deal with that crap anymore.
Probably, I'll be honest with you. The thing that I'm most excited about is that I found out that they are expanding hours while we're down there. So I get to be like one of the first people who stays until 9:00 at Epcot, which honestly, that means I can go take a break from the binge drinking that I was doing all freaking day, and like go relax at the pool, come back for round 2, puke and rally. Here we go. Woo!
Yeah, Pat.
That'll be. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was to say,
So
Pat,
round
like
2, puke and rally. That's how we open it up.
How your family does everything a little bit differently than maybe before. Like, we're ride heavy for sure. We usually do open to close, but maybe that'll be a little less hardcore. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's really going to depend on the lines and all that, you know. So if the lines are short and you can just get it all done, and
you guys are patient, you'll be fine.
yeah.
We'll circle back to that sometime in December because then everybody will have been during the year that is 2020.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that pretty much wraps up this pod. So we got notes for next time that we're going to circle back to. Well, not next time because we're going to probably have many more.
Oh yeah.
Before December, I'd hope.
Oh yeah.
We should like put it out there, like, what do people want us to talk about, or what kind of topics do they want to hear about, if anything?
Yeah.
And also, guys, I'm
and
willing
we'll
to
use our
sacrifice vacation
expertise.
time.
Folks like
I'm willing to sacrifice vacation time for you guys if y'all want to record while I'm down there. Like, I can point the computer at the Epcot ball, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I know.
like it.
Can you do Main Street? Maybe if there's a parade. Sorry,
You guys have
cavalcade.
to
You know
watch
what?
the last
You know what?
podcast if you want.
Steve, prepare the bleep. Fuck you, Becky. There, I said it.
Oh, man. All right. So I'm going to wrap that up, guys. Thank you all for joining us. It's gotten out of hand here at Not Club 33. We really appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.